a new home for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever.
Hello everyone, welcome to the World According to Jason. Today we are at Ippudo, and we're here to finish the age-old question, who is the king of the ramen chains in Japan? Ippudo or Ichiran?
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky.
Okay, so over here they have two different styles of seating. They have like kind of the booth style, almost like Ichiran, and then they also have tables if you're with a group. So once you get to sit down, they have some menus, and so far like they have a lot more options than Ichiran does. They have like different types of broths you can get, lots of different toppings. You can get Gyoza as a side. They have more drink options. So you can also choose the firmness of the noodles, just like you can at Ichiran. So there's there's equality there at least. But I've just ordered the basic, like their standard, like classic bowl, and I got the noodles hard like I like them, and I also got a side of gyoza. So we'll wait for that food to get here, and we'll see how it is, and see how it compares. And just as a reminder, we'll be grading this on 5 different attributes, just like at Ichiran. First is the broth flavor, then we have the noodles, how well they taste, then how well the noodles can cling on to the broth, and also how customizable is it, how many different options they have, things you can add to it, and then finally 5 is value for the money. So let's get started. All right, the noodles just got here, and so it is time to try them out. This broth looks so creamy and delicious and porky. All right, let's try out the broth first. This is really hot. Ooh, that is smooth. That is so smooth and so creamy. That is really, really tasty. And it looks like you get 2 pieces of chashu. Looks a little, like a skosh thicker than what you get at Ichiran, but let's try out, see how it compares flavor-wise. That is really, really good. It was a little bit like of a more fatty piece than what I got at Ichiran, so I really, really like that. All right, let's try the noodles. The noodles look thinner than they do at Ichiran, so we'll see how they look like they do a pretty good job of holding onto the broth, so let's see how it goes. They're good, they're nice and chewy. I think I prefer the Ichiran noodles because they're a little bit thicker, but they're still very good. And then what I do like about this is it comes with some green onions and also these like mushrooms, which are really, really tasty. Let's grab some of those and the noodles. Alright, now let's try out this ramen egg. Looks a little more cooked, that's probably because it's just been sitting in this insanely hot broth for a long time. But here we go. Good. I wonder if they're like tea-boiled eggs, because it kind of has that color, and it doesn't taste like the standard half-boiled egg like Ichiran had. Alright, let's try out one of their dumplings. And they have a little spicy paste that they give with them. Let's try them out. I like the wrapper to filling ratio. The wrapper is very thin, almost not there. And then the filling is nice and flavorful, it's nice and juicy. It looks like it's pork and cabbage maybe. It was really, really good. All right, well I'm gonna polish all of this off, and we'll be right back for the assessment. All right, let's rate this out. The first attribute is broth flavor, and that's a 5 out of 5. It is very delicious. It tastes different than Ichiran, but it doesn't have to taste the same. They're both excellent broths. Then the next one is the noodles. And they were even thinner than Ichiran, and I like the noodles a little bit thicker, so I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5. Then there's the broth clingability. That gets a 5 out of 5 because the broth did a good job of the noodles did a good job of hanging on to the broth, so they taste the broth in every bite. Then the next is customization. There's different broth types you can get, loads of different toppings. There's different combos and there's side dishes, so it's going to get a 5 out of 5. And then finally, value. This bowl was about 850 yen just for the bowl of ramen, so it was even cheaper than Ichiran. And the dumplings were pretty cheap too. I think it was like 240 yen for a half order, which was 5 dumplings. So that brings the total to 23 out of 25, beating Ichiran by 1 point. This was a very, very close battle, but congratulations to Ippudo. They pulled out a victory. They weren't the ones I was gonna put money on. I thought Ichiran was gonna win. Sorry for interrupting, but one thing I did want to mention, I think one of the things I forgot to talk about inside and why I think this ramen might have kind of been pushed over the edge to beating Ichiran was I really liked the crunch from the green onions and also from the bean sprouts. There were bean sprouts in there as well, and those just added a nice layer and texture to the meal. So I think that's why I think that might have been what pushed it over the top. But anyways, back to past me. But this was a lot of fun to shoot, a lot of fun to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So let me know down below if you have a preference, Ichiran or Ippudo. Which one do you like better? Alright, well, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a like. It helps the channel grow. Also, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification so as soon as new videos pop up, you'll be the first to find out about it. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Until next time, stay curious.